In the lush, verdant landscapes of the Philippine archipelago, where the air hums with tropical warmth and the songs of cicadas, there blossoms a humble yet exquisite flower whose fragrance is as timeless as the stories of love that linger in the hearts of its people. This is the Sampaguita, a delicate white bloom whose petals cradle the legend of eternal love, a story that has been whispered by generations and has grown root and stem into the soul of the nation. Long ago, before the islands were woven into the tapestry of a country, there lived in a small village two young souls whose destinies were entwined by fate. Lakambini, a maiden of gentle beauty and grace, was beloved by all for her kind heart and wisdom. She was the daughter of the village chief, and her days were spent weaving, tending to the gardens, and listening to the tales of old. Her laughter was as bright as sunlight on water, and her spirit soared with the hope of youth. Across the river, in a neighbouring village, lived a courageous young man named Lakan. He was known for his bravery and strength, a warrior whose loyalty to his people was matched only by the tenderness he kept hidden in his heart. Lakan's eyes sparkled with dreams, and his voice carried the promise of adventure. It was during the season of harvest, when the rice fields glowed gold and the scent of ripe fruit filled the air, that Lakan and Lakambini first met. Drawn together by the festivities that united the villages, they found each other beneath the shade of a mango tree. Their conversation flowed easily, laughter mingling with the murmur of the breeze, and in that moment a seed of love was planted in their hearts. As the days passed, their love blossomed. They met in secret, sharing stories, hopes, and gentle promises. Lakambini would adorn her hair with tiny white flowers she found in the forest, and Lakan would bring her gifts of woven bracelets and carved trinkets. To them, every moment was precious, every word cherished. But love, as the old tales say, is rarely without trials. The villages, though peaceful, harboured ancient rivalries. Lakambini's father, wary of outsiders, forbade her from seeing Lakan. The elders spoke of tradition, of duty, and of the importance of keeping the peace. Lakambini and Lakan, torn between love and loyalty, felt the weight of their worlds pressing upon them. Undeterred, the young lovers devised a plan. Each night, when the moon rose and the world was cloaked in silver, they met at the edge of the forest, where a cluster of fragrant white flowers grew wild. There, beneath the stars, they vowed to remain true, no matter the distance or the obstacles they faced. Lakambini plucked a bloom and handed it to Lakan, whispering, "This flower will carry my love to you wherever you are. Its purity and fragrance will remind you of my promise." But fate, ever unpredictable, intervened. One stormy evening, as Lakambini made her way to their secret meeting place, she was followed by a jealous suitor who sought to claim her hand. In his anger and envy, he revealed their secret to the village elders. The news spread like wildfire, and the once peaceful villages were plunged into conflict. Lakan, determined to protect Lakambini, stood firm, but the odds were against them. The two lovers were separated, forbidden from seeing each other ever again. Heartbroken but resolute, Lakambini retreated to the forest, where she wept beneath the blossoming white flowers. Her tears fell upon the petals, mingling with the dew. She prayed to the spirits of the land, asking for a sign, a way for their love to endure beyond separation, beyond the limits of time and tradition. Moved by her grief and sincerity, the spirits answered. The white flowers, touched by Lakambini's sorrow and devotion, flourished and spread throughout the land. Their fragrance became richer, their petals softer, and their presence more abundant. It was said that the spirit of Lakambini dwelled within each bloom, and that the essence of her love reached Lakan wherever he roamed. Lakan, upon finding the flowers in distant fields, understood the message. He carried the blossoms with him, treasuring their scent and purity as a symbol of Lakambini's love. Though they could no longer meet, their bond remained unbroken, transcending the barriers of fate. The Sampaguita flower became their silent messenger, whispering of a love too deep to be forgotten. Generations passed, but the legend endured. The Sampaguita became a symbol of fidelity, humility, and enduring hope. People began to weave garlands of the delicate blooms, adorning altars, welcoming guests, and marking moments of celebration and remembrance. The flower's simple beauty and intoxicating fragrance captured the hearts of all who encountered it. In time, as the Philippines grew from a collection of villages into a nation, the Sampaguita was chosen to represent the country, not for its rarity, but for its essence. It stood for purity of heart, strength in adversity, and the unwavering spirit that binds people together. It told the story of love that defies boundaries, of dreams that endure, and of promises kept against all odds. Today, the legend of the Sampaguita flower lives on. Children hear the story from their elders, their eyes wide with wonder as they imagine the moonlit meetings and secret vows. Lovers exchange garlands as tokens of affection, and families offer the blossoms as prayers of peace and unity. The scent of the Sampaguita drifts through bustling cities and quiet villages alike, a gentle reminder that love, true selfless love, can blossom even in the face of hardship. And so the Sampaguita remains, its petals unfolding with each new dawn, its fragrance a tribute to the eternal love of Lakambini and Lakan. It is more than a flower. It is the soul of a people, the melody of a legend, and the heartbeat of a nation that has learned through triumph and trial that love endures. In every bloom, the story is retold, a promise made, a love remembered, and a hope that, like the Sampaguita, will never fade.